What's up, Online Empire Academy? I am Joshua Woodward, and I'm so excited to be here. I am with Caroline Ernst from BULQ, and I got the chance to talk to them at Ecom Chicago. I know I've been talking a lot about Ecom Chicago lately. For those of you who haven't ever gone to a community event, please do it. It's so worth it. You meet so many amazing people. But I got the chance to talk with a representative from BULQ and absolutely fell in love with their concept and what they do. And so I've been dying to get them on the show, and I'm so excited to have them on. So, Caroline, how are you today?
I am great. And Joshua, thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it. And it was wonderful to be a part of Ecom Chicago. So thank you.
Absolutely. No, I was so excited, and I'm excited about this. What we love to do is hear the story of successful entrepreneurs and people who have done things for the e-com world. So before we share about BULQ, will you kind of share your journey and how you got started with all of this?
Fantastic. Thank you. So as a digital marketer, I've been in e-retail for well over a decade. But really the story is not about me per se, but the two co-founders of BULQ, Adam Vittorello and Tobin Moore. And when they first started their business, they were in Georgetown and they were taking excess and returned inventory and selling it online on eBay. And that's where they first started selling online. Then they started to develop software that helped them do it more efficiently, and they continued to grow. And by growing, they started to work with some of the top retailers in the country. So Groupon, Home Depot, very large retailers, well-branded retailers who said, we would like to use your technology in order to sell this excess and returned inventory in bulk. And so that's really the genesis of BULQ.com. We've been live for 2 months, so we're still very new in the industry, but we've been around selling in truckloads for years. So we just launched a website because those retailers said we want more than just the person-to-person selling. We'd like to have a much greater presence online. And so that was the genesis of BULQ. So it was very grassroots. You know, it's kind of like the two guys in the garage, except that it was in a bottom retail floor in Georgetown. And it's become a really strong business that we're looking at growing.
So cool. So tell us exactly what BULQ is. I love the idea. I love what it does. So I'm excited for our audience to hear what it is and what it does.
All right, so BULQ is a place for small entrepreneurs, the eBay, Amazon reseller, to help them source better and source smarter and sell better. So that is the premise. We are a new place to go to find inventory. So let me tell you a little bit about that. So the process when you go to BULQ.com, it's not a gated community. You can go and browse our pallets. We sell by the pallet. We sell multiple categories and multiple conditions. So if you are an entrepreneur who only sells a certain condition, or your heart is in a certain category, you're ungated for that category, and you love selling in it, that's what you should search by. And the pallets that meet that search requirement will come up. You'll be able to, it's very transparent that you'll see what the MSRP is for the entire pallet, what we're selling it for. You can even right there download a manifest.
Wow.
That's one of the things that's different about BULQ is we tell you exactly what you're going to get in the pallet, and we're so confident about our manifest that we have a 98% manifest guarantee. And that's on quantity and condition.
Wow, that's amazing. So this is for, I wouldn't say that this is necessarily for a beginner. I'd say it's for somebody who's kind of set up, maybe has their FBA business or their eBay store set up. But what are the kind of items that you guys get? I mean, it sounds like you have a ton of different categories. What are some of the things that you could expect when going on BULQ?
Right, so let's go through some of the gamut. We have a relationship with Sony. So we have some of their untested or salvaged TVs. all the way through. We have some inventory that's brand new, right out of the box, retail ready, that you can buy. And our pallets start as low as
Oh my goodness.
$200. So we will deliver to your home, or if you have a business, we will deliver to your business. So either one, we set up the shipping, flat rate shipping. So we take that hassle off of you, where I know some of the other folks make you set up your own shipping. You'd rather be sourcing product and selling,
Absolutely.
not dealing with shipping logistics. So we handle all of that. You have real-time tracking and reliable delivery.
That's so cool. Now, one of the problems that we've seen in the whole shipping area is that there tends to be a fee when it actually gets to your house, because if you don't have a dock, they don't have anywhere to drop it off. What does that look like for you guys? Is there any fee? How does that work?
It's right now it's $150 flat rate shipping. I will give you a heads up that we're looking at whether we continue with pallets or build in smaller cases that would even be less expensive to ship. And that's something that we want to do as we expand our core set. So again, we're only 2 months old, but for 2016, that's on our radar screen, because we've had a lot of small entrepreneurs say, we love what you're selling, but I might want to test you out with a smaller initial investment. And so we're listening to that buyer feedback and working with our business model to see if we can make that work.
Oh my
We
gosh.
love feedback. So for any of your listeners out there, we really welcome feedback from your buyers.
Absolutely. I think that the smaller shipments could be huge for somebody who doesn't maybe have the capital to pour, $500-600 into a big pallet, but would love to still get in on this because it's a great way to start small and build bigger. So I love that idea. If you guys do it, let me know. I'd love to get in on it and let our community get on that as well. So the pallet gets to your house. Do you guys have somebody unloading the pallets? I think that's my biggest question at this point.
So we do ship residential or commercial. So either one. So we find out when your order comes in, we find out which one. If you're residential, we will have someone deliver the pallet to your house or wherever you've designated as your residency. You don't need a loading dock. And I think that's really what you're asking is a lot of what we heard, again, in our initial research before we ever launched was the small entrepreneurs sometimes are delivering to their home. They don't have a loading dock.
Absolutely. Okay, that's good. So what are we getting? So you said that some of your pallets are $200. If somebody just wants to start out and wants to have that smaller investment, what does a $200 pallet look like?
So when I look at the different categories, and I have BULQ pulled up next to me, I would tend to go something towards maybe like a toys and baby pallet as opposed to computers and office or consumer electronics. Those are going to be a little bit more expensive pallets. We actually find that we sell through our toys and baby very quickly. And so because those are our smaller consumables, and those tend to be the retail ready, new or like new conditions.
Wow.
So I would test
so
the water
cool.
for something like that.
Okay. Now, when I'm selecting, going through everything, selecting it, how do I know? One of the questions that at Ecom I thought was great, but what do we do if a pallet says that it's brand new, but there's X amount of items that are not? Do we send them back to you? What is the process with that?
And again, with that, the BULQ promise has that manifest guarantee. So if there is any kind of a discrepancy, you contact us and we work to reconcile it.
Wow, I love it. That's so cool. So with it's $150 flat rate shipping, and that's anywhere in the United States, correct?
Continental United States.
Okay, yeah. So just for our overseas listeners, sorry guys, this is continental US. Do you guys do any overseas shipping?
Not at this time. Now, we do have, and I mentioned at the beginning, this was started with a small sort of sales team. if you see something that you'd like shipped internationally, telephone numbers are all over bulk.com. Simply give us a call and we can arrange for something like that.
Very cool. I love it. I love it. So what are some of the just the areas that you guys sell in with toys? I know that our group loves to sell toys. So who are some of the people that we can expect to see brands within these units?
Oh, the top selling toy manufacturers that you would see in your regular store, right? We've got Disney, we've got Star Wars, Lego, Doug and Melissa, any of those brands that you would naturally see, those are the brands that we sell.
Oh my goodness.
So,
That's
and
so
that's
cool.
the same if you're someone who is into refurbished tools. We receive most of our tools from Home Depot. So that's where you're getting brand names. So you'll see Ryobi and some of their house brands. And those are ones that we might be selling as what are called bare tools. So they're tools without all the accessories.
My goodness. Now, what is the markup that we can expect?
The guidance we've been given is that most people typically look for a 1 to 3, right?
Hmm.
So you buy something, you want to be able to mark it up, and you have to cover your listing fees.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we want to make sure that you're able to make a profit, and that also has to cover, the fees that you're going to incur. So we recognize that.
Okay. Good, good, good. I love it. I love it. This is so exciting. It's so new. I don't do a ton of the wholesale side. I know we have people on our team who do, but when I heard about you guys, I was excited because it felt like an easier way to do this. I've tried the whole wholesale thing. I've tried to get a hold of wholesalers. When I was living in Southern California, we have wholesalers everywhere where I lived, and trying to get in and talk with them was impossible. So to have you guys already gone through that process, made sure everything was like as it is in the listing, have a manifest ready. For those of you who are selling FBA, this is a fantastic way to list because the is it oh wait, first, is it a digital manifest or is it is it like a something we can print out?
You get, well, both. You can download it right from our site even before you've purchased, right? Because what we actually saw when we went through our buyer research, we walked and we watched people use the site. And so they would come to the homepage and they would either search or use the filters. They'd go to a search results page. They would put a pallet in, they go to the pallet detail page and they would click on the download manifest button. And that way it pops up a screen. You can view the manifest or you can print it, you can download it and resort it, and add your own metrics to it. So you can then say, okay, I work with some of the other great third-party tools out there to determine how much I can resell this on marketplace A. What kind of profit am I going to get? And so hopefully you're able to fairly quickly determine, can I make money on this pallet? And one of the things when you were mentioning that I just want to make sure I mention is that we do have a 7-day-a-week customer support. So you're not buying something and we're going to go silent on you. You can call us 7 days a week, normal business hours, and someone will pick up the phone and help you in case you have questions about where's my pallets, condition, or just our business model in general. So we welcome that interaction.
I love it. I love it. One of the things that I thought was really cool was who was there, whoever was there with us. I'm sorry, I'm spacing her name, but
I think it was Tanya.
Tanya. Okay, yeah. So she showed us a picture of your staff, and it looked like it was like all college kids. Like it was just there. You had so many people who help you guys and work with you guys. Tell us about kind of the work environment and who you guys are as a physical company.
Sure. Well, we are a young company. I typically say we're like a Silicon Valley startup in the Washington, D.C. area. So we do have 2 physical warehouses. One's in Lanham, Maryland, and the other is outside of Nashville in Tennessee. But yes, we tend to be a young startup, work hard, play hard environment. We love what we do, and we believe in what we're trying to do, which is really empower entrepreneurs to source smarter and sell better.
I love it. I love it. Well, where can we find you for this? The people, I'm sure people are already searching and I'm sure they've already spelt it wrong at this point. So, where can they find you guys?
So let me BULQ. That's bulk.com.
Super easy. I love it. So it's BULQ.com, and you guys can find out anything about them there and everything about them. Make sure you dig into the manifest. I think that is a huge kicker. Most people won't give that to you. So they'll tell you certain units, but they're not going to tell you exactly what's in the pallet. I absolutely love that you guys are doing that. Is there any other or places that we can find you or get in touch with you?
Right on our website, bulk.com, there's a phone number, there's an email address. Please check us out, visit us.
Great. Now, before we go, are there any do's and don'ts with being a bulk member and buying from bulk?
Um, I would say because we sell in multiple conditions, make sure that as you're selecting your palette, which is sorted by condition, that you're ensuring that the palette, both the category and the condition, that you're able to resell that those types of products.
That's great advice. That's great advice. Well, thank you so much for being on. I so appreciate you taking your time and for sharing this, guys. I know you probably see I'm excited. I really do think that this is an amazing opportunity for those of you who are reselling and an amazing way to branch out from online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. These items are already there for you, and it's a physical product, and you get it in bulk, which I love. So again, it is BULQ.com. Go check it out. Caroline, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Joshua. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Empire, if you want to find out more about us, we are the online empireacademy.com. You can find us on Facebook. We have our own website. This video is going to be on YouTube as well as Stitcher Radio, iTunes, all over the place, guys. Go check it out. We love doing it. So, until next time, have a fantastic day.